Out of two different and distinct traditions, Phillip and Kristen have come together to learn the best of what each has to offer. Appreciating their differences and confirming that being together is far better than being apart from each other.
Phil, as you start a life together, I know that Kristen will be the glue for your family like she was for ours. She will teach you new things every day and will always be finding new ways to celebrate your life together. We're so excited to welcome you to our family.
would you please rise? We are here today to participate in the most joyous of occasions by celebrating one of life's greatest moments and acknowledging the wedding of Phillip and Kristen. On their behalf, I would like to thank each of you for attending their wedding celebration. You are indeed participating in one of the happiest moments of their lives. For Phillip and Kristen, your very presence here as family and honored guests not only heightens the beauty of this moment for them, it also completes it. You may be seated. Who brings this woman to be married to this man?
Her mother and I.
Phillip and Kristen would like to recognize their parents on this occasion, and they offer their profound gratitude for all the love and care their parents have shown in raising them. Mike and Karen, Michael and Melissa, the unconditional gifts of love and support that you have continually offered and inspired to Phillip and Kristen to become who they are today. And they thank you from the bottom of their hearts. Without you, this day would not be possible. Your generosity, support, and love is unending. We're going to go up top now, okay? Just right there. Perfect. And face me. You can hold hands and face me. There you go. Out of two different and distinct traditions, Phillip and Kristen have come together to learn the best of what each has to offer. Appreciating their differences and confirming that being together is far better than being apart from each other. As we bless this marriage under a chuppah, or wedding canopy, it is the Jewish symbol of the new home that Phillip and Kristen will build together. The four sides are completely open to symbolize that their home and hearts will always be open to their family and friends. In a few minutes, they will light the unity candle, a Christian symbol of two people becoming one in marriage. Phillip and Kristen, would you please face each other and hold both hands so that we may bless them? These are the hands of your best friend, young and strong and full of love for you. They are being held by yours on this your wedding day as you promise to love each other for the rest of your lives. These are the hands that will work alongside yours as together you build your future. The hands that you hold will passionately love you and cherish you through the years, and with the slightest touch will comfort you like no other. These are the hands that will hold you when fear or grief fills your mind. These are the hands that will countless times wipe the tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow and tears of joy. These are the hands that will tenderly hold your children. These are the hands that will help you to hold your family together as one. These are the hands that will give you strength when you need it the most. And lastly, these are the hands that even when wrinkled and aged will still be reaching for yours still giving you the same unspoken tenderness with just a touch. Would you please join me in a word of prayer? God, bless these hands that you see before you this day. May they always be held by one another. Keep them tender and gentle as they nurture each other in their wondrous love. Help these hands to continue building a relationship founded in your grace. May Phillip and Kristen see their four hands as healer, protector, shelter, and guide. Use these hands to make a difference in our world. We ask this in your name. Amen. Well, Phillip and Kristen, from the very first days of your lives, you have both set out on a journey which has led you to this moment. And now we stand here today for the purpose of fulfilling your desire to unite in marriage. Here and now you will take your marriage vows, exchange wedding rings, and make a total commitment to each other. Marriage is a covenant made in the hearts of two people who deeply feel that their lives are and always will be shared as one. This decision to marry is the most important and sacred commitment in life. And today, when you pledge to love and care for each other in marriage, you will create a bond which will bind you closer than any spoken or written word. And by stating your vows, you are effectively pledging to each other your love, friendship, loyalty, fidelity, and trust. A promise that will take a lifetime to fulfill. As you prepare to share your vows, I want you to continue to face each other, hold both hands, and look into each other's eyes as you repeat after me. And Phillip, you'll be first.
I, Phillip, take you, Kristen, to be my lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold, from this day forward, in sickness and in health, in good times and bad, in joy and sorrow. I promise to love, honor, and cherish you all the days of my life.
Kristen, it's your turn.
I, Kristen, take you, Phillip, to be my lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold, from this day forward, in sickness and in health, in the good times and the bad, in joy or sorrow. I promise to love, honor, and cherish you all the days of my life.
Phillip and Kristen, when you place your rings on each other's fingers today, they will become ever-present symbols of your mutual love and of the vows that you have made to each other today. Phillip, would you please place Kristen's ring on her finger? Hold it there. Look at her and repeat after me. You are more special to me.
You are more special to me today than yesterday. You will be more cherished tomorrow. Please wear this ring and see it as a symbol of my love for you. A love that transcends all of our yesterdays, all of our todays, and all of our tomorrows. With this ring, I thee wed.
Kristen, would you please place Phillip's ring on his finger? Hold it there. Look at him and repeat after me.
You are more special to me today than yesterday. You will be more cherished tomorrow. Please wear this ring and see it as a symbol of my love for you. A love that transcends all of our yesterdays, all of our tomorrows, and all of our todays. With this ring, I thee wed.
And I'll hold both hands. Okay. Karen and Melissa have already lit candles honoring the lives of their children, the lives they brought into this world. They offer their love, respect, and support for this marriage. To Phillip and Kristen, the lighting of these candles symbolize the joining of two families. Lighting the center candle represents that their two lives are now joined to one light, giving warmth, guidance, and love. May the brightness of this candle shine throughout your lives, giving you courage and reassurance in the darkness. May its warmth give you shelter from the cold, and may its energy fill your spirits with strength and joy. Phillip and Kristen, by virtue of the authority vested in me under the laws of the beautiful state of Florida, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Phillip, you may kiss your beautiful bride. We conclude this ceremony with the breaking of the glass, which is one of the most beloved traditions of a Jewish wedding ceremony. There are many different explanations for the breaking of the glass. Today, the fragility of the glass represents the frailty of human relationships. Even as Phillip and Kristen have strengthened their relationship through the act of marriage, they must remember the care required to maintain this bond as they settle into their new life together. The glass is broken to protect this marriage with the implied prayer, may the bond of your love be as difficult to break as it would be to put the pieces together of this glass. After Phillip breaks the glass, I invite everyone to shout the Hebrew words Mazel Tov, which means good luck and congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand with me and remember to wave your wands as I present to you for the very first time as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Phillip and Kristen Reisman.
Da-doo-doo, do-da-doo, da-doo-doo-doo, da-doo-doo, da-doo-doo. One of a kind, you broke the spell, I saw the sign, shiny and new, I fell for you. Head over heels, you are fabulous for real. I'm taking the plunge, you could be the one. true. You're my honeymoon. Oh, oh, not just the catch of the day. You are my baby. Hey, you got a hold on me in every way, because it's so easy to be happy. All I gotta do is
Last.
be.
All right, let's hear it for him. For those of you that I don't know, my name is Mike Sierra, and I am the privileged and very honored father of the bride. And thank. And I know it sounds corny and cliche when you say things like this, but it felt like Melissa and I were just in the hospital together having a baby named Kristen, and then poof, we're here, and I'm father of the bride, giving a welcome to a beautiful room of people. On behalf of Melissa and I, and Mike and Karen Reisman, and of course Kristen and Phil, we sincerely want to welcome everybody here to this very special and happy occasion. Whether you came here from far away or very, very close, thank you so much for joining us here tonight, this celebration. Many of you in the room know what it takes in planning and preparing for a wedding, all the many, many details and decisions that need to be made. So many discussions, so many phone calls, and you can imagine how even more challenging it is trying to plan a wedding when the bride is in another time zone in another state. So first and foremost, I want to thank Verizon Wireless for having an unlimited plan for minutes, because it really helped. Thank you, Verizon. If I stood here and started giving thanks to everybody that helped us in so many meaningful ways, it would take a long time, and I would probably still forget people. But I want to thank all of you, no matter what your contribution for us, and helpfulness and offering to do things. And some of you people took on some remarkable and Herculean things, and your generosity of all of you, all of our friends, and on behalf of us and the Reismans, thank you so much, because it humbles us so much for having so many people wanting to do so many things for us. So thank you so much for everything. One of the big blessings that you, that for me at least, for the time and the energy and the effort that we had planning today and the time leading up to us has been the wonderful being able to get to know Mike and Karen and so many of their wonderful friends and family that we've gotten to know between last night and over the last few months. Mike and Karen, I want to thank you very much for your friendship. Thank you for your humor, especially, but also your thoughtfulness and your kindness throughout this past year and a half. It has just been wonderful to be doing all of this. And Melissa and I thank you from the bottom of our hearts. You have treated our daughter like your own, and that is so comforting to us. And we want to make sure that we thank you for that. Melissa and I are so thank you. Melissa and I are also so happy and proud that Kristen married such a special, wonderful man. We've been fond of Phil since the first time we met him. We really, really loved watching the way that their relationship blossomed over the time they were together and grew more and more serious. And we loved that they were together right up until the point that he told us that he was taking her away from us and moving to Missouri. No, but seriously. He said, you know what? It was a big moment for us. We came to terms. We knew that that you don't know, Phil is absolutely a rock star and brilliant and has all these opportunities ahead. And the opportunity to go to Missouri was spectacular, and he couldn't pass it up, no question. But you're asking my daughter to quit her dream job that she loved, teaching first graders, and it was a big challenge. And all this without even the promise of engagement or anything. It's like, okay. One day, Phil texted me or called and said I wanted to grab a beer, and of course, those of you that know me, I always say yes to that invitation. But I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to get some one-on-one time with Phil, and I did. So we met, we talked, and right off the bat, he explains to me that he loves Kristen, and he understood what kind of commitment he was asking of her and of us to be able to move across the country, and we talked quite a bit, and he explained to me that his intention was to propose, and that was big news, and he did it so well. He explained how much he felt about her commitment to go with him, and it was really moving. And really special, talking to me beforehand. For those of you out there that are considering proposing, Phil did it right. I'm going to say, and we will, and we are so glad to have you as our son-in-law. Thank you. Your proposal was a spectacular grand gesture to her, and it was great, so thank you. And to Kristen, seeing you today and just how beautiful you were just exceeded my expectations of whatever I dreamed that you would look like. I think Mike said something last night, Mike said something last night about this is the marriage of two firstborns, and those of you with children, that you love all your kids, and there's just something about that firstborn and the connection, and they were the guinea pig throughout all your missteps or whatever you had as a parent. The marriage of our firstborn is a big spectacular moment for us, and you have done nothing in your life other than just be wonderful, just being yourself, being so great, and always exceeding all the expectations and everything that we could have ever asked for as parents. So thank you, Kristen, and enjoy your day. Anyway, thank you. So now I get to hand it over to Mike for the blessing over the bread.
How can I follow that? That was fantastic. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Blessed our God, King of the universe, who brings us the bread from the earth. Amen.
I I want to start off by thanking everyone for being here today to help us celebrate our newlyweds, Kristen and Phil. I am honored to be standing by your side on your happy and beautiful celebration. For those of you I haven't had the pleasure of meeting, I'm Kayla Sierra, maid of honor and Kristen's sister. As most of you know, Kristen is a phenomenal teacher, but what you may not know is that myself and my siblings were some of her earliest students. She taught us how to play road trip games, make pillow forts, and knows almost all the words to every Disney song. She's the oldest, so she paved the way for the rest of us in everything we did. One of my favorite qualities about Kristen is something she got from our mother. She makes everything a celebration. Kristen has been my best friend my entire life and is the first person I want to share good news with. Whether it be Michigan football games, holidays, or a birthday for a random dog on Instagram, she makes everything and everyone feel special. And can I just say, looking around here today, this celebration may be your best one yet, and that's counting Michael's Fear Factor birthday party. Growing up, my parents would always refer to Kristen as the glue in our family. What they meant by that was that Kristen brought our family together. She was, and still is, such a joy to be around, always laughing and making everyone enjoy their time with funny stories and voices. Her positive outlook on life was contagious, and our family gathered around her, sometimes quite literally, when we raced a ride in Kristen's car or would want to sit in whatever room she was in. Phil, as you start a life together, I know that Kristen will be the glue for your family like she was for ours. She will teach you new things every day and will always be finding new ways to celebrate your life together. We're so excited to welcome you to our family. If she loves you half as much as she loves Murphy, I know you'll both share a lifetime of happiness together. Here's to you, Kristen and Phil. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Max Horowitz. I recently learned yesterday, Karen Reisman helped me do the math, that I have known Phil for 25 years. And I am so honored to be here and to have stood beside you earlier today, really. So I stood by both of you. I've known Phil since pirate-themed birthday parties at the Hackner's house back when we were in elementary school, and real pirate parties when we could drink beer and go to Gasparilla. I've known Phil as a carpool to high school when we both could finally drive, and had a special good luck, relaxing playlist to listen to when we had midterms and final exams that worked a lot better for Phil than it did for me. And I've known Phil, actually I was there in the room with Phil in 4th grade when we had Dr. Reisman explain the birds and the bees to our class, which actually seems a little bit more, at this particular, part in life that's becoming more important. So on the carpool, two guys driving around Tampa, you talk about a lot of stuff and cover a lot of ground, hit a lot of topics. But one topic that Phil really never hit or discussed or drove into was the kind of person he was looking for, and the kind of girl and any of those things. He kept that to himself, but really I don't think it's that he kept it. He always gave off the impression that he knew what he was looking for. And that leads me to a night that I am partially responsible for bringing him to, where he really met his bride. Now, this night, or the story where you meet your future bride or your current bride, no good story like that starts with, it was a perfect date, it was lovely, and, forever and ever. The story was that we went to a bar in Carrollwood, World of Beer, and we had some friends there, Margot and Simone, who I think, they're part of the story, they should be known. We went in, and this bar with some friends, we met for drinks. There was nothing particularly romantic going on. There was nothing particularly special. Actually, if I recall correctly, there was a video game contest going on in the back corner of this bar, which is where we happened to be sitting. Some Nintendo or shooter game, something that we weren't, any of us, very good at. So we're sitting there and we're talking, and an important part of this is that while sitting there, the arrangement that we were in to begin with is not how it ended up being. And I don't know if it's we all sat down and then later someone got up to get a drink, someone went to move around, but Phil and Kristen ended up next to each other. This is important because we didn't stay there very long. We, I don't know, for whatever reason, we were tired, there were things going on. 3/5 of us decided that we should go and that, we'll call it a night. And we were getting up, we settled the bills, and I looked back and I said, "Hey, Phil, we're going." And Phil said, "No, I'm good." And not to call you up, but this is not something I was particularly used to. Sometimes you have the effort. And I remember a second look there. I was like, "Phil, no, we're about to go. Are you sure?" He said, "I'm staying right here." And then I left, and Margot, and well, I think that is why we're all here today. And I think that it connects to the first because the truth is, Phil is not someone to really get up on a mountaintop and speak to everyone about what he's looking for or what his dreams are. But you know what? He knew. And it took that night, the first time really spending time with her, to really immediately know. We weren't there more than like an hour, So I think that's really special, and I think that's something that I don't, or any of us really hear about a lot today, and to have found that is amazing. Let me start with Kristen. Kristen, a lot of people tell you this, a lot of people, and the great orator Dr. Michael Reisman mentioned this last night when he said that you have turned Phil into a yes person. I wouldn't say he was a no person, but I would say that you did turn him to a yes person. And the brightness that you've brought to his life, and in turn everyone around him, people like me that spend lots and lots of days, people that just meet him, his life is clearly improved since you entered it that day. And everyone here knows that. Phil, I've been waiting like 2.5 decades to talk to you in front of a group of people about you. And I was like wondering what to say and thinking how I describe us and really how much you mean to me. And I came across something that I settled on. It is El hermano que la vida me regaló, which is, I kept that in, there's a lot of Spanish speakers here. It is, you are the brother this world gifted me. You both, I'm so honored to be here, and everyone is so happy for you. The impressions and the life that you give each other is immediately recognizable, the brightness that you give him. So, with that, I want to congratulate you both from the bottom of my heart and everyone here. Congratulations.
Isn't she wonderful? I don't wanna hold you back, I just wanna watch you grow. You're the one who taught me you don't have to look behind. Oh yes, sweet darling, so glad you are a child of mine. Child of mine, child of mine. Oh yes, sweet darling, so glad you are a child of mine. Nobody's gonna kill your dreams or tell you how to live your life. There'll always be people to make it hard for a while, but you'll change their heads when they see you smile. Times you were born in may not have been the best, but you can make the times to come better than the rest. I know you will be honest if you can always be kind. Oh yes, sweet darling, so glad you are a child of mine. Child of mine, child of mine. Oh yes, sweet darling, so glad you are a child of mine.
discotheque.